Hey CJ, and welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Republic. So last episode we successfully got out of the Sith base alive, and now we're going to finish up the other quest in that facility, base, whatever you call it. Human, you have returned. Have you information for me? Have you discovered the fate of the missing Selkath youth? Have you news of my daughter Sasha? I have information. The Sith are training the Selkath youth in the ways of the Dark Jedi, even though I could have learned that on Coruscant if I wanted. Maybe not the Dark Jedi part, just the regular Jedi part. Yes, this makes sense. It is a wonder I did not see this before. Manan's greatest strength is our neutrality. I think it's a culto, but whatever. If Malak brainwashes our youth and indoctrinates them in the ways of the Sith, you'll have a strong following among the Selkath people. Strong enough to seize control of Manan and our culto. They use like Sith and like Dark Jedi interchangeably. I'm not gonna question that though. My daughter Sasha, she too has been indoctrinated into the Sith? I mean, she was. But I convinced her to turn her back on the Sith ways. Although she could have been ambushed as soon as she left. But we're assuming that didn't happen. Human, if you speak the truth, I'm forever in your debt. And yet, my joy is tempered by the knowledge that the Sith still walk freely on Manan. There's like 3 of them in this bar right now. Also, you think she would come and say hi to you after she got out. Hopefully the testimony of my daughter will be enough proof of their actions. Make the Alto City authorities take action. I mean, I also gave them the data pad. They kind of know who you are too, like they mentioned you in my trial. I hope so. You have done too much for me, human. Here are the credits I promised you. I only wish I had more to give. Now, I could reject the credits for light side points. However, we're like very low on credits because I bought some stuff I'm probably never going to use. So, thank you.
Glad to see we're still the good guys here. Sometimes I think we forget that.
Please excuse me now, human. I must go speak to the Manan authorities about the Sith plot. What have they done to my beloved daughter? I mean, I think they think you're a conspiracy theorist, but hopefully they'll believe you now. I assume I gave them the data pad. Most of the judges were not the authorities. I don't know. Anyway, 600 XP, nice. Now we're gonna have story time.
Yes,
The other companions. Never mind.
You got it.
How can I help?
Alright, I want to talk to you about what you said before about giving into your emotions.
Yes, I did end that quite abruptly, didn't I? Perhaps a master could have addressed my questions with the proper wisdom, but I never should have brought it up here, not with you. Part of my purpose on this mission was to guide you in the way of the light, to help you avoid the temptations of the dark side. But I fear I've failed in that task. I don't think I'm the proper Jedi to guide you. I am no master. You should have remained with the Council.
Why do you say that?
The fact of the matter is, I have never possessed much skill at controlling myself. With the bond that joins us, it seems I have even less. You have maintained the path of the light side, but it has been in spite of my influence, not because of it.
Guess you never saw me by the droids.
In the obvious, I am unable to guide you properly.
Actually, she didn't say anything about the force persuading that guy in the bar here. I didn't even know it would give me dark side points. You're doing your best, I'm sure.
That's kind of you to say, but I think the evidence speaks for itself. I think I may have made a very big mistake. I simply hope that you are not the one who pays the price, ultimately, for the fact that I can't help you enough.
Maybe we can help each other.
That's a kinder response than I deserve. And I can see there is wisdom in your words. You continue to be there for me, don't you? Even after I keep pushing you away, you're still around when I need you most. You're like no man I've known before. And you're nothing like what I expected you to be after the Council sent us on this mission together.
What do you expect me to be? Foreshadowing.
Well, just different, I suppose. Things are not going as I thought they would. I need time to think about all this. We should continue on with our mission for now.
Alright. Get the other companions in here.
Yes. What is it?
Something wrong?
I was remembering Taris.
What about it?
It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in...
Yeah, they had a Sith quarantine there. Couldn't get off the planet alive.
Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash.
Oh, you're in the bottom levels.
And the meager pay doing back-breaking labor.
There's actually jobs there? What? And those rat ghouls.
There was always the danger of raccoons coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area.
My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets.
I wonder how they even tax people down there.
Left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford.
Also, if they did have a government, do you think they would have been fighting the Sith then? Unless they knew they were too powerful. How could such a government last? Or no one would help you?
And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens.
Yeah, they seem like jerks up there.
Lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived and laughed at the mockeries.
Actually sounds very dangerous.
But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human.
One of the Jedi you met?
The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order. The one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians. She was human. I am sorry. I am getting away from my point. If there even was one. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
How did you arrive on Dantooine?
Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic to save the galaxy if we can.
Speaking of the galaxy, let's talk to Mandalore. Or, Kendra, sorry. He's wearing Mandalorian armor. Tell me about your war stories.
We fought against the Republic forces for some time, over the course of many battles. At the start, they were not much of a threat to speak of. But once the Jedi Revan took charge, things began to turn against us. The Republic fleets began to use more than just basic tactics. Feints, counterattacks, mass deceptions. Revan was a genius on the field. Revan abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others would be too fortified to strike, and was willing to make sacrifices in order to advance goals. And in the end, Revan proved too much for us.
What about the Sith?
The Sith had gone, retreated into their empire.
Well, I guess it's a different Sith than Revan Malik.
The rest of the galaxy. We thought it would be centuries before they'd come back. It's amazing that they could rebuild their fleet so fast.
Unless he is talking to Malik about Malik and
It looked
Revan.
like the galaxy was in our grasp. I still remember that final battle in the skies above Malachor 5. The two fleets filling the space around it, outshining the stars.
What happened in the battle?
It was not your ships or your men or your vaunted fight for freedom that won this, the final battle of the war. It was by the actions of one person, the Jedi Revan, that you prevailed. His strategies and tactics defeated the best of us. Even Mandalore himself was taken aback by the ferocity of his attacks, the tenacity of his defenses, and the subtleties of his plans. He fought us to a standstill, and then began pushing back. We really didn't have a chance.
Why didn't you retreat?
It was what we had wanted all along, in a way. We wanted to fight the best, in a battle that would be remembered for centuries. And we did. And Revan won. I don't hold a grudge against Revan, and neither do any of my people. It was the greatest moment of my life to be in that battle. If Revan had been a Mandalorian, nothing in the galaxy would have stopped us. But wishing for the past to be different is useless. Better look to the future, as we should now. We'll talk more later, I think. Is there something else you want to know?
Nope.
Your choice.
Alright, and I think the only one left is Jolie. I don't think Mission has anything else. Bring her like 2, I guess.
Hey there.
Hey, about your brother.
I appreciate everything you've done for. I guess we'll find out.
But yeah, we still need to go over there. We haven't done that yet.
Got something on your mind, dude?
Mention something about your adventuring days.
Did I say that? Strange the tricks memory plays on you when you get older.
So you weren't an adventurer.
Didn't I say
You took an arrow in the knee?
It was my affair? You don't see me poking and prodding you with questions, do you?
But you already said so much. I'm curious.
I'm not here to satisfy your curiosity. No staring at the old man. That's what the sign says, damn it.
What sign?
Besides, you don't really want to hear about me. We're talking ancient history. Probably before you were born. History bores kids. Proven fact.
I mean, everyone talks about the Mandalorian Wars. Yeah, well, old people love talking about history. Proven fact.
Oh, fine, fine. Have it your way. Just don't cry about it later. Yes, yes, I was an adventurer. Happy now? I wasn't even done with my Jedi training back then. I had a full head of hair and an eagerness to see absolutely everything. Sound familiar? The Council was never happy with willful, brash Jolie Bindo, you see. Even less so when I began my smuggling career.
Oh, he's just doing everything. You were a smuggler?
Don't look at me like that, damn it. I wasn't always.
You don't even have a ship right now.
I am now, you know. I can still fight too.
Is that why you wanted our ship?
Wipe off that smirk I see there. At the time, the Yukata system was interdicted by its own king. He preferred to keep his people starving and poor. All the better to oppress them.
Well, that's the government for you.
Negotiate a peace. But they were getting nowhere as usual. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I found myself a ship and a partner, and we began smuggling food and supplies to the Yukata citizenry through the blockade.
Okay, so it's a legit smuggling business. I'm curious where he got all the credits, though.
Well, we didn't buy all the equipment.
Okay, there's the illegal activities.
Some were happy to donate goods. Some we just knew had more than they could use.
So you're basically Robin Hood.
Stole is such a harsh word. They would have donated those goods readily enough if they were compassionate. I considered it a tax.
Well, that's not allowed. You can't tax greedy.
Caught once. A lone Yukatish frigate shot us down and forced a crash landing. I thought the force.
They have all the loopholes and lawyers. What are you saying? Shut us down. What happened then?
Well, as it happens, getting shot down turned out to be very fortunate. That day was the day
The day you what?
that was the day I met my wife.
You were married? Or, bad memory, I take it?
No, that was a good memory. There are just much worse ones that followed. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to stop talking now. My mouth is starting to draw flies.
Alright. Now we'll continue on with the trial. I think there's only one more person we can talk to, maybe? Maybe two more. We could talk to Sunri and,
Joey,
his wife.
coming to check in on an old man? I must confess, I would rather you were here to speak to the warden and begin my trial.
Soon, old friend. We don't want to go to trial until we've got the whole picture.
Oh, I grow weary of staring at these four bare walls. But I suppose you know
Not really.
what you're doing. You know, the role of arbiter cannot be taken lightly.
I mean, I basically, didn't need the arbiter for my trial. Once I had the right evidence. There's a few things I have to clear up.
Go ahead, ask.
There's a rodent who planted... Okay, wait, let's talk about, you're guilty. I have the Republic's data recording.
So the truth is out. I never meant to kill her, you know. When I found out she was a Sith spy using me to gain information, that something inside me just snapped. She didn't know I had found out. So I waited until she fell asleep. And then I killed her. Simple, really. But once I realized what I'd done, I panicked. I contacted those spies from the Republic to help me. They found the illegal monitoring device that the Sith had planted in the room, altered its recording to hide my part in it, and cleared up the evidence. I figured that was the end of it.
But the Sith found out eventually, didn't they?
The Sith must have been spying on me and Alasa, trying to make sure she wasn't a double agent. They must have seen the Republic spies getting rid of all the evidence. So they planted their own evidence. Vasa must have stolen that hero's cross from me long ago and given it to her Sith masters like some kind of trophy. I just thought I'd misplaced it. But when the cross turned up on her body, I knew the Sith had put it there. So, now you know the whole story. What are you going to do?
Well, if well, I want to try to get this right if I can, like get them released if I can, but I just don't know if I can. I don't know.
You think I'm some kind of monster, don't you? All I did was kill a Sith. How many Sith have you killed? Dozens? Hundreds? Thousands?
That's true.
It's different, Sunry, and you know it. We don't kill them in cold blood while they sleep.
I don't see how the two of us are any different. She was a spy. She was using me to get information so Malak's army could destroy the Republic. She deserved his eye.
If you confess, the court might show mercy? Probably not.
If I confess, I'm looking at 20 years in prison. And the Otto City officials might even place Kolto sanctions on the Republic embassy. Without Kolto,
I'm sure the Sith are going to also have some sanctions.
injuries to our soldiers on the front lines.
I don't know if I should force persuade him. He's a war hero. This is a bit tough. I guess we should. That would be like the light side thing, and I'm like not near full light side. Alright, those are just excuses. You both know you have to own up to your crimes.
No, I can't do that. And put the Republic's supply of Kolto in danger. No, I won't. Look, I may have done something stupid. And it may only be worse for my
We were talking this out loud in the middle of the jail. You think they'd have like recording devices here?
Turn me in. The Republic will likely lose its Kolto export privileges, and then we'll lose the war for sure.
No, I got
Going to
this.
send all those thousands, millions like Taurus to their deaths just for your sense of justice?
Sunry, this is wrong, and you know it. I am a Jedi. What is it that you expect me to do to defend your actions?
You do whatever you have to, Jolie. I know what I did, but I also know what's at stake here. No, I'll rot in here if I have to, but I won't betray the Republic. Do what you have to, but know what the consequences will be.
I get 500 experience for that, so that was worth it. Talk to you about that.
Something on your mind.
No.
Oh, I get it.
Well, let's talk to Elora.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's trial. My husband is innocent.
He's not.
Please don't let him go to jail for a crime he didn't commit.
I have this recording showing that he's not innocent.
Lies. It must be.
It was in the Republic
Never let a
embassy.
Republic hero get away. You must find Sunry innocent. This is all a plot to discredit the Republic. Sunry is a victim of a Sith framer.
It's possible. I haven't.
I mean, you
seen
know it's
since
not.
I crashed on Kashyyyk. A man can change a lot in that time. The man I knew could never have done this crime, however.
Find the real evidence. That's all I have. I hear you've been a...
Alright, tell me about Sunry and Alessa. I'm sure you know about it then.
He started seeing Alassa last year. I had my suspicions for a while, but he was careless. Pretty soon everyone knew. But even though I'm sure that harlot was only using him, I know he couldn't have killed her. He came and confessed to the affair to me. He said he was going there to break it off, to end it. Maybe the Sith woman attacked him, and he had to defend himself. But even though he cheated on me, inside he's still the man I loved. Love. He's too kind and gentle to have killed her in cold blood.
He's a soldier. Because soldiers follow orders.
That was a long
But
time
they probably didn't have any orders.
in a war far, far away. He's changed now. Settled down.
No, he's not innocent.
This is all a plot.
It's possible.
Fine.
Alright. So she doesn't have anything useful. I'm tempted to just present the evidence. Yeah, yes, do this. I don't think there's anything else we can get. I guess we gotta talk to this guy. You're the arbiter in the Sunry Lisa murder case then. I hope you are as impartial as the office is traditionally supposed to be. Oh, okay, we're supposed to be impartial. Oops. You offerals have a tendency to ignore the rule of law in favor of some rather irrational causes. So I guess I am supposed to represent him since I became arbiter. Alright, let's begin the trial. Are you certain, human? Once the trial has begun, it cannot be stopped. Once judgment is given, the case can never be reopened. You must be certain of your investigations are complete before you request a trial. As a rule of arbiter, are you certain you wish to begin the trial now? Yes, let's begin. The recording showed that the trial of Sunry versus the Oppo City Authority has commenced. Presiding judges are... Okay. This trial is to determine the culpability of Sunry in the death of the Sith Ilessa. Representing Sunry in his defense is a member of the Jedi Order, giving any opening statements. I guess I am supposed to represent him impartially. We're not gonna use a force. No comments. Acting as a prosecutor. Okay,
It is an honor to see justice served, and I will see Sunry is executed for the crime he has committed.
Do not be overzealous in pressing your commission, Sith. First matter of business is the presentation of a sworn testimony by the proprietor Ingus of the hotel where the murder occurred. What is your testimony you wish to give us?
The man I saw leaving, Sunry, probably left after I heard the blaster shot.
The guilt of the accused is apparent even this early in the trial.
Alright, this is important evidence. The court will keep this in mind. You're the top of the list of the pertinent facts. Each of the witnesses has given their testimony, and you have cross-examined them. You may ask providing judges for their opinions. Okay. Okay, here's the next witness. Don't undermine the witness. Objection sustained. Ask the witness your questions and do it properly.
Of course, Your Honor. Feareth me. What did you see the night of the murder?
Well, I came out into the hallway after hearing the blaster shot and saw Sunry over there limping down the hall out of the building.
A very obvious point, Your Honors. The accused was seen leaving the scene of the crime after the blaster that killed Ilassa was fired.
A very important point, prosecutor. It's now the defense's turn to cross-examine the witness. Lisa was a Dark Jedi, wasn't she?
Yes, from what I could tell. She carried a lightsaber under that cloak of hers.
Objection! That doesn't prove she was a Jedi.
No, this piece of evidence is very important. It establishes the character of Elisa and perhaps her intent in dealing with Sunry. Do you have any additional questions? How could Sunry have harmed her if she was a cripple?
Well, he was moving pretty fast running away, but yeah, I mean, how could he kill a Sith warrior in combat? I don't know for sure.
I think of less Sunry because of his handicap. He's fully capable. Can't you see that the man could hardly walk, let alone fight Elisa? That's enough for now. We will deliberate on this later in private. Nope. Nope, not gonna pull you. Since the defense has no further questions, we'll call out the witness, the Rodian Glimpar. I don't think there's a point to pulling them. Either they'll find him innocent or not. Prosecution may question the witness.
Glupor the Rodian, you were staying in the hotel the night of the murder and saw Sunry leaving Elasa's room, didn't you?
Glupor sees Sunry running down the hallway, and when Glupor look in room, Sith woman dead on floor. I mean, we know stealth technology exists, so someone could have stealthed out.
Sunry left the room with the Sith Elasa already dead behind him.
Perhaps. Sith, perhaps. Is the turn of the defense to question the witness now. Did you plant the metal on Elisa?
Don't do it, Glupor.
Prosecution will be silent. What do you say, Glupor? Glupor paid by Sith to plant that metal.
Lies! Slander! I object!
Are you certain of this, Glupor? Glupor is certain. This new evidence puts the entire case in a new light. You wish to ask the witness anything else? How much money were you paid? I don't know if anything else is necessary. Nope. It says no more questions. The court will now call Elora, Sunry's wife.
You, Elora, are Sunry's lawful wife. Your husband was a hero in the last war between the Sith Empire and the Republic. He was crippled in that war. Do you not believe he'd blame the Sith for his injury?
Yes, I guess he would.
And there you have motive. Sunry seeks revenge on the Sith for what they did to him and killed Elasa.
Supposition for now, prosecutor. Does the defense have any questions for the witness? Is it true your husband was having an affair with her?
Yes. Yes, it was true. He was having an affair with that Sith harlot.
It seems painfully obvious that he killed her to keep her quiet about the affair.
Be silent. You've already questioned the witness, prosecutor.
He'd been seeing her for some time, I think. But he said he was going to change. He'd gone there that night to end it. We talked the night before and he'd promised. But now things have become so very complicated.
Very enlightening evidence. It will influence our deliberation considerably. Maybe I should have had more evidence to question her with. I just don't know where else I could have gotten information. He's a cripple. Could he have killed her? I don't think anything else matters.
He was a good man, but his injuries pained him terribly. But he always held on, always persevered. I don't think he could have beaten her or anything like that. But a blaster? I just don't know.
He's fully capable to me, but he seems unlikely he would have chosen to do such a thing. Any more questions? Nope. We're good. Does prosecution have any remaining witnesses to call forth?
I wish to call forth Sunry himself, Your Honors.
Very well. Last one.
Are you a war hero, Mr. Sunry? You fought in wars against the Sith Empire, correct?
Yes, that's right. And I don't regret it either. The Republic needs its heroes.
Indeed. Would you say that you dislike the Sith, even hate them?
Of course I hate them. Trying to take over the galaxy every chance they get, killing millions of innocents?
Pure politics. Were you in Elassa's room on the night of the murder?
Well, yes, I was. I had been having an affair with Elassa and my wife, yes. But I realized how wrong I'd been, and I was going there to end it.
You were having an affair with a Sith. You wanted to end it quickly and quietly, so you killed her from behind and tried to flee.
No,
I think we can see the answer clear enough, Mr. Sunray.
Do not interrupt the accused. In fact, I think you said quite enough already, prosecutor. Any questions? Melissa was a spy, wasn't she?
Of course she was. Why would a young, beautiful Sith woman get with an old cripple?
Unless you're
like
rich.
me?
You're not helping yourself, Sunray. You only give reason that you might kill her. Really state facts. The incompetence of the murder indicates that her occupation was not the motive for the killing. You're going to end the affair. Would the Sith object?
Yes, I think they would. They wouldn't want to lose one of their sources, even though I didn't give them anything. They might have killed her for her failure. Or they might have thought she'd turn against them or something like that.
The Sith Empire is not the barbaric institution you portray it to be.
Terrace? Beside the prosecutor. This is a valuable point and leads some credence to your defense, Arbiter. That's it. Alright, let's see how this goes. This has all been come forward and questioned by both prosecution and defense. Prosecution will now present, in closing, its summary of the pertinent facts of the case.
I think the facts in this case are very straightforward. Sunray was having an affair with Elassa. He sought to end it, and the simplest, quickest method, given his hatred of the Sith, was to simply kill her. Witnesses saw Sunray fleeing the scene, and material evidence places him there at the time of the murder as well. I am confident that any informed observation of the facts will lead the judges, Your Honors, to this very conclusion.
And your closing arguments, Arbiter? Lisa was a spy and the Sith are framing Sunray. Find that highly unlikely. The Sith have no need for deception. The facts be clear. The Sith are known for violence, deception, and murder before. This is true. Is there any other point you want to make? He's a cripple and couldn't have killed her. Could be just as capable as another man. Than Sunray more than most. You overrate this man. Perhaps there are any other arguments. He was ending the affair, so the Sith killed her.
The Sith would not leave the medal of her killer clutched in her hand.
Your time for your arguments has passed. You do well to remember that. Yeah, I didn't interrupt at all. The Arbiter's argument does bring up a valid point. I just don't know if I have enough evidence. They're obviously evil. I don't think that helps. Alright, my arguments are complete. I don't think I succeeded, though. Yep, okay, he's guilty. According to Selkath law, prescribed punishment for the murder is death.
Sunray, no.
But due to extenuating circumstances surrounding this case, and not to provoke additional tensions between the Sith and Republic elements within Alto City, the sentence is commuted to life term in the Alto City prison. And I was executed.
I demand the death penalty.
You are in no position to argue Sith, do you think the Empire can pressure the Sith court? We have made our decision. So I get executed, but this guy doesn't. Okay. Then again, I didn't have any real help from my Arbiter. The verdict has been delivered, and the trial is now over. And that was an alternate timeline anyway. That never happened. Alright. Well, I failed.
The public will attempt to have him freed, Alora. I am sure. This is the best we can do. I'm sorry.
He was guilty anyway, so... But I tried. I tried to be a lawyer. How much XP? 300? Lame. Alright, well, in the next episode, we will now go to the Republic Embassy. Yeah, and that's the only real quest left on this planet. As far as I'm aware. I mean, there's also the, like, dark side quest line I could do that I'm not going to bother. But it would give me credits. Speaking of credits, how much do I have? 2,000. Okay, I'm broke. But the other guy will give me 500 credits when I figure out what the Republic's up to. Fortunately, I didn't get paid for being a lawyer. Oh well. Anyway, if you like this episode, stay tuned for next one. I'm TJ, and I'll see you next time.